right. Thanks, Lee Laker, who's up in Darwin. Thanks for dropping in to speak with me tonight, Lee. It's always a pleasure. I've probably spoken to you maybe more than just about anyone on the program. Um, and I
Oh,
think
good, mate.
if I look at my records, I think it was you first enrolled here, mate, back on the 20th of November, 2021. And
Yeah, that's right, mate.
and yeah, obviously you're still dropping into our meetings, and you're still. And I think just spoke recently the other day, mate. You've started going back through some of the content again as well. So pleasure to have you here, mate. And I'll just run through a couple of questions for you. So I suppose for the people who are watching, Lee, I suppose my question is, what was life like before you started working with me? I mean, if we could take a time machine and go back to where you were before that, what were the challenges that you were facing, and sort of what was the pain you were going through at the time?
I wouldn't really want it to go back in time machine, Charlie.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, a lot of anger. Yeah, I was a very, very angry person. I'd lose me cool at least once a day, up to 2 or 3 times a day. It's having a look back on it. It's not cool. But yeah, I pretty big drinker.
Yeah, that's one of the big changes you made, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not a not something I like looking back on anymore. Yeah, pretty disappointing in myself. But anyway, I've moved forward and I've
haven't you? What?
started
Haven't
the
you?
program.
What?
I was probably since starting the program, I've probably lost my cool. I don't know, maybe 3 times in that amount of time. So yeah, I
So you've gone from once a day to the 1.5 times a year. So
yeah,
pretty major. That's great.
yeah.
And so, I mean, for you, the big changes were, I mean, I think you gave up the drinking, I think just before you started the program.
Just before, mate, in August,
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're already a little bit into that by the time we met each other.
Yeah.
And I suppose what was the experience that you had going through the program? I mean, were there any aha or epiphany moments for you, or was it just a sort of slow transition to more control, I suppose?
It was a slow transition to more control, but there was a few things. There's a lot of things now that I look back on and say, yeah, that was what changed me. But it was more at the time, just reading it, going through the program, and slowly taking things on board. And yeah, it was just an accumulation of everything that I was reading and going through. Yeah, that changed me. Yeah.
Yep. No, good. And the other thing, I mean, the other battle you've had, mate, is the battle for custody for your kids. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there who are watching who could also be going through the same thing. I mean, without going into any details, essentially your partner took off out of the state, right?
Yeah, out of the state. She moved to her parents for family support. She's since taken off again straight after the court case to her new boyfriend, which if she moves on, that's fair. But took me a long time, to come around to the fact after the court case that my daughters aren't here every weekend, and that was pretty hard.
Yeah, and I think last time you picked them up, mate, wasn't it a drive? Where'd you go? Adelaide to pick them up. You're based in Darwin, of course, for anyone who didn't hear. And they're down in Sydney now, is it?
Yeah, they're in Sydney now. I had to pick them up in Adelaide at Christmas time and took them across and saw my grandmother for 7 days. On the 14th of April, I'm going to pick them up in Sydney again and fly them back up here. But
nice.
But, if it wasn't for the program, I don't even want to think where I'd be or how I'd be.
Yeah. I mean,
I've come a long way.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say. And I don't think there's, I mean, we run the Sunday night Q&As. I don't think there's anyone that's more consistent than you in turning up on a Sunday night to touch base. And, and I'm obviously one of the people get a lot out of the content, but a lot of people get, a lot out of the Q&As and the conversations in between. I'm just pleased that you're still getting value from it, from the course. I suppose my next question is, in essence, what did you create for yourself by going through the programs? So what's the difference now?
Um, cool, calm, and collected man,
Yeah,
and I
there
will
you
be
are.
for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's
And
number
we've and
one
we've
for
and
me.
we've, and we've spoken about some dudes that you've worked with at times, mate, which, the old you would have just um,
Oh,
lost your shit, man, right? And you've called me and we've talked our way through it. You've reported back, and
yeah,
and been proud of your of how you played some of these guys, because I mean you work, the industry you work in. I mean it's on the road construction, isn't it?
yeah, civil supervisor
So
road construction there.
yeah, so and this is up in Darwin, so there's a few strong characters out there, I imagine, as well, mate. And
If few
some
hotheads,
not
mate.
always
Yeah,
the most friendly. But yeah, no, that's good. So you're still off the grog, aren't you? What
yeah,
over?
mate. Yeah,
So that's
30,
that's a
31 months.
yeah, excellent, man. That's such a good thing. You should be
Yeah,
very proud of yourself there. And I suppose the other question is, I'm someone that, unlike I suppose many coaching programs, very much encourage contact between members. And you've been on the program for a while. How many do you reckon? How many? If that's a couple of years. But How many members do you reckon, just off the top of your head, would you be okay? Because you've seen them on the Q&A or what have you, to call them up and just go, "How you going?"
oh, I don't know what the number would be, Charlie. Anyone that's been on the Q&A, they're great blokes. You can bounce ideas off them, or one of the yeah. I've got no idea of the number, Charlie. There's
Oh, there's no
everyone
record,
that's
man.
been on the Q&A.
Yeah, 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 no, cool.
Yeah, sort of.
Um,
Have to be 50 of us that we'd talk to, and one of the biggest things I like about the Q&A now is the new blokes coming along. It's sort of they're down in the dumps, they're doing it tough, and I can say to them, I've been there, and it can be a hard road, but it's a lot easier road with this program. I like I said, I'd hate to think where I would be if I didn't start. And I've met some great blokes on the program, Shane and Brendan, and
yeah, and you've
they're
helped out some
yeah,
guys in,
heaps
in
of
tough.
blokes.
I remember called you one day and asked you to give one of our strong characters a call in Perth, because he'd checked himself into hospital as well, and he was going through
Yep,
something you'd gone through, and I hadn't gone through it, and so you shot a call to this guy, and it made a real difference for him. I think it made a real
yeah,
difference for you as well. So not only have you
it
been
did, mate.
supported, you've been out
Yeah,
there supporting others as well, which is great to see. I suppose just to close,
yeah.
what would you say to anyone out there who's thinking about possibly jumping on board? Keeping in mind you've got your 30-day trial period anyway. But what would be the message for you, mate, if they've been going through a tough time, or they're things just aren't right in their head, or propensity to get angry? Um,
This this program will change your life. There's no two ways about it. It will make you a calmer person. It will uplift you. Um, there's there's no end to the possibilities this program will give you if you use the program right. It's just all you got to do is read it or listen to it. Listen to Charlie's voice on the programs. Listen to the Hypnos if you want. I can't stress enough. I don't know where I'd be without it.
Oh, look, and what's pleasing to me, Lee, I think, if I think of guys like Sean McDonald, who, he's also been a couple of years in, and
Yeah,
and he's using the program just as much in his second year as he is in his first, and
he is, mate.
facilitating just as much change. So we'll get him on for an interview fairly soon. But mate, I just want to say thanks. You're an absolute pleasure to have on the program, Lee. You know that. I love the fact that I know on a Sunday night, people will come and go, but I know you'll be there on a Sunday night to have a bit of a chin wag and give me an update on your week and catch up, which is always nice. So appreciate you jumping on the call tonight, mate, just to, as I said, hopefully inspire a couple of others out there who might be sitting on the fence just to take that leap of faith. I think when you see someone real like yourself, it does make a big difference. So, but thanks for tonight, mate, and I'll no doubt I will catch you on Sunday night.
Yeah, just one more thing, boys. If you're sitting on the fence, just jump on. Like I said, I only life to Charlie, because, I do. So, don't hesitate, blokes. Thanks, mate.
All right, mate. Take care. Speak again. See you soon.
Sunday, mate.
All right, mate. I'll be there, as you know. See you, pal. So there we have it, fellas. Another great story of change, this time from Lee. That all starts with a single phone call. So use that Calendly link and book a call with me. Let's get down to the business of seeing if we can turn things around. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.